Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today we're going to continue with the series on the Dragon Bruce Lee, with a focus as to how Bruce Lee developed his very impressive muscular physique. Today's focus is that we're going to look at the concept of neuromuscular harmonization, which Bruce Lee used to develop his own full body workout routine. Essentially, Bruce Lee learned that by focusing on resistance exercises that allowed him to use several muscles at once, he could improve the synchronization of his movement and become a more powerful martial artist. And we can clearly see that from this most muscular pose. I mean, Bruce Lee really did develop a very impressive muscular physique. And it's also very obvious that he achieved this muscular physique from such advanced full body training methods. So let's have a look at the full body workout routine that Bruce Lee developed. Now, although Bruce Lee once famously said, "My muscles are developed from martial arts training," once he started bodybuilding, he discovered how quickly you can improve your physique. I mean, he made amazing gains on his first ever bodybuilding routine, which I made a video linked above. And this routine only focused on his limbs, on his legs and arms. And the reasoning behind that was that these are the tools or the weapons for a martial artist. But obviously, having realized the effectiveness of bodybuilding, he then figured, well, why not make my whole body strong? And so he started focusing on muscular balance. And in doing so, used a progressive resistance training method using compound exercises, essentially a full body workout. And he chose compound exercises over isolation exercises for a very logical reason. Compound exercises require several muscles and joints to be synchronized in a movement, and in the particular weight resistance exercise would therefore make your neuromuscular pathways more efficient, leading to neuromuscular harmonization, which is very, very important for a martial artist. If you were Bruce Lee and you're throwing a kick or a punch, you would quickly realize that a punch requires several muscle groups, as does a kick, and therefore by only using isolation exercises, you wouldn't make the movement, the punch or the kick, which is the martial artist's weapon, more effective. You would need a compound exercise to perform such a motion, and so to improve such a motion and to generate power in such a motion. And therefore, by focusing on functional movement, he learned to harmonize the movements within his body and the muscles and their actions, and therefore develop incredible power, as we've seen in his iconic movies like Enter the Dragon and The Way of the Dragon, etc., etc. So the very, very intelligent way of thinking from Bruce Lee, the Dragon. So the full body routine that Bruce Lee developed for himself included, as I mentioned, compound exercises, and he actually performed this workout 3 days a week, understanding from his previous experience that that was an efficient way of training, basically alternate days. He only chose to perform 2 sets of each exercise, and for the upper body, his choice of reps was 8 to 12 reps, whereas for the lower body, it was 12 to 20 repetitions. For his arms, he and you could almost say for his shoulders as well, he used the barbell clean and press. He followed this up with the barbell curl. To continue training his shoulders, he would use the press behind the neck and follow this up with the upright row. After warming up his shoulders and arms, he would, or not warming up, but more like taxing them, he would move on to legs and do the squat, the full squat, of course, an excellent compound exercise, and interestingly, he would follow this with deep breathing. He didn't use dumbbell pullovers, which is recommended to do, for example, with 20 rep squats. Notice that for his legs, Bruce Lee was using 12 to 20 repetitions. And so here is another example of a person who probably used the 20 rep squat and deep breathing. He didn't use light dumbbell pullovers to perform the deep breathing, but nevertheless he did focus on deep breathing for recovery and most likely rib expansion. He would finally finish off his full body routine by using exercises that focused on the back and chest, including the barbell row, the bench press, and the barbell pullover. Once again, we have here an example of an athlete who in the 60s and 70s used both the squat and the barbell pullover. Just something to think about, especially after I've recently focused so heavily on the 20 rep squat and the barbell pullover exercises as two real lost techniques from the silver and golden era. Even Bruce Lee used them, so get in the gym and do them. Now this is a variation of Bruce Lee's phenomenal lat spread shot, which he really loved showing off. And I mean, why wouldn't you? That V-taper is phenomenal. Those lats, the serratus, it's all there. And he's even throwing a goddamn vacuum. So Bruce Lee really did, I think, did very, very well with developing his own routines, because he did develop, for his small frame and small bones, a rather impressive physique. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching. Leave me your comments. You can always donate via PayPal. I have 2 people who recently donated. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your donations, and I've also had some people join up onto my Patreon account, where you have access to photos, a library of books and articles. I'm uploading today new photos of Steve Reeves and other great legends, Jeffrey LaRue, and articles on shoulder training. I'm constantly uploading for your enjoyment. If you'd like to purchase any Bronze Era or Silver Era courses, these are rare, almost impossible to find. I've opened up a new shop, a web shop called goldenerabookworm.wixsite.com/website, where you have a selection of Eugene Sandow cable courses, and recently uploaded Reg Park how to build big arms course. Anyway, that's it for me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now. Visit goldenerabookworm.wixsite.com/website for courses from the Bronze and Silver era of bodybuilding.